booties for black girl nerds.
Tremendously. I love stories like this. I love anything haunted, spooky, spectral, anything like that. So this fits right in with my wheelhouse. Beginning with you, Tania, when you have a title like The Haunting of Bly Manor, everyone's on the edge of their seat trying to figure out where the gotcha is going to, but this is almost like a slow burn to get you to that point. So how would you describe what the real spooky aspect is of this story?
Oh man, I'm gonna go deep. Go deeper. I think the real spooky aspect when you've got through all 9 episodes is when you sit back, think about it, and reflect on your own life, and it's the demons that really haunt us. And also, children can be evil.
Amelia.
They're always.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Whenever you put children into a spooky story, they take it next level compared. We're used to scary adults in life, but it's
children
just
are terrifying and haunting.
It's just a menace, something about a menacing child looking at you all the time. And then we have your character, Jamie, who is prickly. We'll say prickly when we first meet her. But to the core, there's something about her that just draws you to her. There's something about the quality of her personality. How would you describe her and what she means to the other characters?
I think Jamie, she would say herself that she prefers plants to people, but I think in reality she loves people and she loves them too hard, and she just always gets disappointed in them. And again, that's that kind of ghost aspect that Tania was talking about, where it's like something that haunts you is your past experiences. And I think for Jamie, that knowing of trying to give love out previously and it not going so well, she's therefore dedicated herself to plants. But there's this warmth deep down, and she has so much love to give, and she just cares. She really does. I think she observes and she tries to lift other characters around her where she can, especially the women. I think she's particularly tries to empower the other women around her where possible. Yeah, she's a good egg at heart.
Tania, Mrs. Groves is on the opposite spectrum of prickly. She's so warm and she's caring, and she helps others to her own detriment to a point. What is her journey like, as from the time we meet her at the door to where we ultimately find her? What is that journey like for her?
She's constantly, I think she's lived most of her life in denial. She has had to build up these walls. When we first meet her, she's just had this, we don't know it, but she just had this tragic thing happen to her. And she brushes herself up, she picks herself up, and she soldiers through. And when we see her going through the 9 episodes is this journey of slowly not being able to deny what's happened to her. So she has to look at herself. So she, yes, unlike Jamie, who's very quickly, she has a heart on the sleeve and she welcomes everybody at the detriment, as you said, to herself, until she really is faced with herself. And I think that's, if I may, that's true of all of us, right? We can keep running from ourselves and running, but there's going to be some point. It's normally midlife, which is why they call it a midlife crisis, where you have to turn around and you look at yourself. And I think that's what happened to Hannah. She turns around and she's faced with the brutal reality of what she's done and is doing of her life. But inevitably, she always chooses love.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies. I loved it.
Oh my God. Thank you.
But I can't ruin it. Thank you so much.
I know.
Take care.
Bye-bye, darling. Bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.